everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Tech Sheck, where we continue to bring you unique and interesting stories from the Pakistan tech startup ecosystem. And with us today, we have an interesting play. For those of you who don't know much about crypto, well, we have Binance entering Pakistan. And with us today, we have Humza Khan, the GM, and Mr. Rohan Asif, the community manager. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
It's our pleasure. And with that, as you guys know, we jump right in. Please, Humza, for those of us who don't know what Binance is, give us a little overview.
So the first thing you hear when you talk about cryptos and how to get started is definitely Binance. And that's not short selling or long selling the company. I mean, Binance is the #1 global exchange in the world. And it has been for the past 3 to 4 years. Now, what this means for you is that, or anyone, is that we're not only a cryptocurrency exchange, we can also be classified as somewhat of an ecosystem. We develop stuff in our main business, actually deals in centralized finance and providing services, where our mission is to bring financial freedom to the world. Whereas we dabble in a lot of products such as decentralized with our Binance Smart Chain and more, right? So in short, we deal with cryptos and help you make the right calls as well as get into the crypto space and learn more about this exciting field.
Very interesting, very interesting. And just along that line, so I see regularly, it's a bit funny. I see these people tagging my posts with currency signals, crypto signals, and things like that. And that makes me think about it a little. So maybe Rohan, you can help us with this piece. Is what's the perception of crypto in Pakistan and what's happening with it?
Okay, so awesome. Thanks for having us first, Faruk. So starting off with Pakistan, since majority of the population in Pakistan is youth, that contributes about 70%. And out of 220 million, if 70% is the youth, so you can imagine how tech savvy the young generation gonna be. So the idea of Binance coming to Pakistan, there's about $20 billion that people have invested in cryptocurrencies in Pakistan, and we rank about third in the global adoption of cryptocurrencies in Pakistan. So there's a huge market. So the idea of Binance for coming to Pakistan is just to provide accessibility and affordability, a platform to people who are unbanked or who do not have a certain amount of wealth to start off with. So you can even with Binance platform, you can just start even with $10. So it's for everyone. So it's not just limited to a particular strata of your population that is just that are the major wealth holders. So there's a lot of room potential, and many other startup ecosystem, as you're aware, and you have provided an amazing platform here. There's a lot of growth potential in this market. This is one of the reasons Binance has chosen Pakistan to be one of the major targets.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, you mentioned something very interesting there. So you're saying $20 billion of investment in Pakistan is the third largest crypto trader in the world? So, wow. And so what is the breakdown of that? Where's that funding coming from?
So as I mentioned already, even if you're working as a business or you're just a student as well, so you can even start from $10. And if there are a lot of products that Binance usually offers, and when it comes to NFTs, staking, Binance Earn, so even if you do not have time, you have a full-time job. So when I started my journey as in a Binance as a trader, so what I did, I was working in a job, and I just heard about the crypto ecosystem. So I just thought to give it a try. So I just started with $10, and Binance provided me an opportunity. You can invest. Even if you don't have time, you can invest in saving products from which you can earn a particular amount of money. You can stake. There's a lot of options for everyone. So there are a lot of products that one can benefit from. I think this is one of the reasons everyone is trying whatever they understand. And there's a lot of material already available on Binance Academy. So people are learning and trying to hop on the moving train.
Very cool. Very cool. As you guys know, we try not to keep these too long. I want to get into the last section, and I'll leave it to the two of you to answer. So give me kind of a view on where you see crypto in the next 5 years. What do you see it doing in Pakistan?
If to take my take on this one. So innovation is always disruptive at the start. So people are gonna first do not trust it, like it's regulated or not. There are different questions that gonna arise with the passage of time for different people. But as we advise people is just to study. We just want to educate people. We are here to inspire. We are here to support, provide all content, and we want people to first learn, then earn. So it's a great platform. It's a global adoption that's going, and out of 800 billion people around the world, 400 million are already in crypto. So you can have an idea what potential, what share of market Pakistan has even for the global space and the crypto space as well. So it's I would say crucial and important for Pakistanis to just learn first how this system works, how blockchain technology plays its part, what mining is. There are some terms that we usually hear in the Binance ecosystem as well. So people first need to educate themselves, and there's a lot of potential they can benefit from.
Okay, so you're in essence, you're saying that this could become another freelancing income generating stream for people in Pakistan.
So, I mean, not necessarily. So, I believe you're lucky enough to have gone through the advent of Web 2.0, right? When .com was just brought out, right? So, at that point, and now when we look back, it was criminalized, taken as an asset or an ecosystem that should work. Who could have imagined that so many years later, we'd be sitting in a conference call like this? So, when we're talking about Web3 as a whole, right? That sort of opportunity doesn't present itself twice, right? It's an opportunity where digital ownership, asset creation, monetization, all of these factors come into play. And as Pakistanis currently, a majority of us are focusing on the last aspect, which is monetization. So when we drill back and go into, the value creation that Web3 can provide as a whole for Pakistan, that's massive. So to revert back to your question, in the next 5 years, we'll definitely see a boom. In terms of international investments, if there's definitely a space growing here for crypto investments as well. So in terms of international investment, we can see some noise. Apart from that, a better adoption, hopefully from our end as well. So all those things combined, push the narrative towards what can we do more, right? How do we develop it ourselves? So inshallah, in the next 5 years, we'll see answers to that question a lot more prominent than before.
Fantastic. Well, gentlemen, as you know, we try to keep these things fairly short and sweet. First of all, I want to thank you both for being on the show.
Thank you for having us. It's really been a pleasure being on the panel with a lot of very high-profile guests. It's an honor, actually. So thank you again for having us.
Well, thanks for joining us. And you guys are on a very interesting journey. And with that, I want to let our audience know we're hitting 100 episodes here very quickly, folks. Look at all the unique and interesting stories coming out of Pakistan and all of the potential that comes with it. So with that, please continue, like, share, subscribe to our content. I know I can't copy TikTok. I can't do it in 30 seconds. So take the extra few minutes, learn a little bit about what's going on in our ecosystem. And with that, I bid you all Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.